wonderful. The whole world's happy.
Do you love him?
Yes.
And if I stood in your way, you'd brain me with a club?
Yes. Brain you and throw you overboard.
Does this monster love you?
Yes. Yes.
And you're going to love him for always?
Till I die.
Even if he turns out to be a scoundrel and a dog?
Whatever he turns out. I shall love him for always. Just as I do tonight.
Lydia?
Here, Frank.
I just saw Michael. He's examining the new children. I said goodbye to him.
Seems impossible to think I won't be seeing you for years. But I know you'll be a terrific success in Europe. We'll miss you, the children and I.
I'll miss you all my life.
Frank?
Oh, no, no, no. No tears. I don't deserve them. I'll try not to be unhappy too long. Darling, don't throw away your life. Don't throw it away for some wretched memory. And now go along, my darling. And God bless you.
I had a look at the two new boys. I think they'll be all right.
Thank you. My mail, please.
There's nothing of any note. I'm filing them all away.
Let me see. It's this one from Spain. I told you to let me know if there was any foreign mail. Why didn't you tell me about this one?
I'm very sorry, Miss Macmillan.
Still waiting for word from him?
From whom?
I don't know. This strange gentleman from across the ocean who doesn't write to you. Lydia, I think it's time I said something. It's a phantom, an hallucination you're pining away for.
Please don't, Michael.
No, I've got a right to talk. I've loved you a long time, and I've known about this other for a long time, too. I love you, Lydia. I want to marry you. I want to live all my days with you. Not on a fire engine chasing phantoms, but humanly working together, finding life richer and better because there are two of us to face it. I have more to offer than your phantom, Lydia. I've got real things, a home, children, my love.
Yes, I know.
I love you, Lydia.
Yes, I know. You'll always love me?
Yes, you know that.
Never ask any questions? You'll marry me without asking anything?
I'll ask only for your love.
Oh, Michael. Michael, I'm tired. Tired of something. Hold me. Hold me. Hello, James. How's Granny?
Oh, she's very much better this morning, Miss Lydia. I'm afraid I was a bit hasty sending you that telegram last night.
Oh, no, James, I'm glad you did.
Just what happened, Father?
Well, she was in very high spirits last evening. She said to me, James, I feel in me old bones that something very important has happened, that I've just finished a big job, though I haven't done a blessed thing all day or all year for that matter. Soon after that, she was stricken.
Did you call a doctor?
Yes, at once, Dr. Whitridge.
What did he say?
He said it was a heart attack, Miss Lydia. He told her to relax, and she flew at him. After that, he gave her a sleeping draught. She was much better this morning. As Dr. Whitridge says, all she needs is a good rest.
I heard that, James. I'll have plenty of time to rest when I'm dead. Dr. Whitridge, that fake sawbones. The brains of a worm. And the face, too.
Granny, darling, I'm so glad to see you.
Why, Lydia, you're shaking like a baby. What's that idiot James been telling you?
Nothing, darling. We were coming anyway. Michael and I have some news for you. You are feeling better, aren't you?
Good for another 50 years, even with Whitridge.
You must have felt pretty bad to let old Dr. Whitridge into the house.
Yeah, James let him in, I threw him out. I knew you two would come. I felt it in my bones. You don't have to tell me why. Well, out with it. When's the wedding?
Well, we hadn't set any date. We were thinking...
Moses on the mountain. You can't dilly-dally with a girl like Lydia. Kneel her down, man. We'll set the date here and now. 10 years since I've had a new dress. Can order one today. Purple taffeta and silver lace. Gonna dance in it at your wedding, alive or dead.
You'll be my father and my mother, Granny, and my maids of honor. Oh, Granny, did you see the roses we brought you?
Oh.
They're beautiful.
You're much more beautiful.
I think we'd all better sit down and admire the roses a while.
Sit down yourself, sir. I'm perfectly...
Good heavens, I almost forgot. We brought this for you, James.
Well, thank you, Miss Lydia.
It's something you're going to need in the very near future. Isn't he, Michael?
Yes, he is.
My first white waistcoat.
To wear at the wedding, James. I have a confession to make. For years I've wanted to kiss you, but I've never dared. You've always been so dignified and important looking. Do you think I might kiss you now for the first time, Father?
Not the first time, Miss Lydia. I had that privilege once before when you were 18 months old.
Well, what are you gaping at? Haven't you got as good manners as your father?
Oh.
Come on, you old kissing bug. These children must be starved. What about luncheon?
It's all ready, ma'am.
Good.
She looks rather pale. Do you think she's all right?
I hope so.
I wish she'd complain about her liver or something. I'd feel much better if she were yelling for medicines. Michael, I feel happy in this house. Happy and part of something very sweet.
A storm bird in its nest.
Stormbird. Oh, Michael, I can't stand it any longer. I have to tell you, I've no right to...
Darling.
Lydia, come. Usual place, Lydia? You there, Michael. James.
Yes, ma'am?
Put a fourth service on the table.
A fourth service, ma'am? I didn't know you were expecting guests.
I'm expecting nobody. I want a fourth plate there. For yourself. Come, don't fall asleep.
Shall I serve now, ma'am?
I said sit down.
Very good, ma'am.
And call me Sarah. Stop gawking, Maggie, and bring another service. And no soup for James. He hates it.
It's very kind of you to remember, ma'am.
I asked you to call me Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
Unless you're very cold, James, I would suggest you remove your gloves at the table.
Oh, yes, of course. I beg your pardon, ma'am.
Now, we're all here as we should be. I've waited for this moment a long time. The ship all trim, the topsails bellying out, and a good man at the helm. No fancy pirate with his whiskers in the wind, but a good man. No pretty scoundrel full of brags and lies, but blow me down. A good man, a fine man. Maggie? We're coming into port. Fetch some grog. We're coming into port, and we're going to drink to the health and happiness of our new captain, Michael Fitzpatrick.
I went away after the funeral to Macmillan Port. No snow and wind this time, but spring. I went alone to the old wooden house in Macmillan Port.